I think it is very, very difficult to change an old African politician. Once a puppet, always a puppet. You know, sometimes I wonder what is happening to the people of Africa? What is happening to the leaders of Africa? Do they realize that they have their respect? Do they realize that they are the heads of the state? Do they? What I saw today between Cyril Ramaphosa, the South African president, and Donald Trump, it made me feel so emotional. I felt like I'm just broken down. I just felt like I don't know what I can say, but I felt so bad. Cyril Ramaphosa was literally sitting down and being shown the pictures and the videos of the opposition leader of South Africa, Julius Malema. And he was there. He can't do anything. He can't say anything. He was like literally shaking. And I was like, why is he shaking? He was like a rat that has been trapped and it is helpless. Nothing can help it. That is how Cyril Ramaphosa was looking like. And I'm asking myself many questions right now. Can we really stand for ourselves as Africans or as African leaders? Can we really stand for ourselves? Can we have principles? Can we get to a time when we will say no to intimidation, no to manipulation, and no to all these things? This president never, he was literally shaking, and Trump was talking. He was never even given time to answer. Like, he went to the United States of America simply to bring back the good relationship between him and Donald Trump. I want you to listen to this video. Then I'll talk about it later on.
Turn the lights down and just put this on. It's right behind you. Johan.
There's nothing this parliament can do. With or without you, people are going to occupy land. We require no permission from you, from the president, from no one. We don't care. We can do whatever you want to do. Who are you to tell us whether we can occupy land or not? We are going to occupy land. South Africa occupy land. That's who we are. Whatever we want to do, we can withdraw my membership from this useless parliament.
Yes, Honorable Member. Must never be scared to kill. A revolution demands that at some point there must be killing, because the killing is part of a revolutionary act. Shoot to kill, no matter. Kill the poor, the farmer. Kill the poor, the farmer. Pa, pa.
In America.
Now this is very bad. These are burial sites right here. Burial sites. Over 1,000 of white farmers, and those cars are lined up to pay love on a Sunday morning. Each one of those white things you see is a cross, and there's approximately 1,000 of them. They're all white farmers, the family of white farmers. And those cars aren't driving, they're stopped there to pay respects to their family member who was killed. And it's a terrible sight. I've never seen anything like it. Both sides of the road, you have crosses. Those people were all killed.
Have they told you where that is, Mr. President?
No,
I'd like to know where that is, because this I've never seen. But okay.
I mean, it's in South Africa. That's where.
We need to find out.
Mr. President, the Pentagon announced that it would be accepting a Qatari jet to be used as Air Force One.
What are you talking about? You know, what are you talking about? You know, you to get out of here. What does this have to do with the Qatari jet? They're giving the United States Air Force a jet, okay? And it's a great thing. We're talking about a lot of other things. It's NBC trying to get off the subject of what you just saw. You are a real, you know, you're a terrible reporter. Number one, you don't have what it takes to be a reporter. You're not smart enough. But for you to go into a subject about a jet that was given to the United States Air Force, which is a very nice thing, they also gave $5.1 trillion worth of investment in addition to the jet. Go back, you ought to go back to your studio at NBC, because Brian Roberts and the people that run that place, they ought to be investigated. They are so terrible the way you run that network, and you're a disgrace. No more questions from you. Go ahead. Go ahead, talk about that. His name is Peter something. He's a terrible reporter. Quiet.
That's my question now.
Let's go.
Thank you so much. President Trump, and a disaster from ENCA in South Africa. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
What would you like President Ramaphosa to do about the situation that we've just seen on the screen?
I don't know. Look, these are articles over the last few days. Death of people. Death. Horrible death. Death. I don't know.
But you know that
To pick anyone, white South Africans are fleeing because of the violence and racist laws. And this is all, I mean, I'll give these to you. So when you say, what would I like to do? I don't know what to do. Look at this. White South African couple say that they were attacked violently. And,
President Trump, when will you go and see for yourself if it is?
well, I could do that. Look, here's burial sites all over the place. These are all white farmers that are being buried. And he asks about a jet that was given. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You know, you are so bad. You're such a bad reporter. This is one after another. This family was wiped out. I'm just looking.
Can we get a report from President Ramaphosa?
Your reaction to those videos, Mr.
President Trump, would you...
Well, I think the videos are so. No. When you look at the videos, I mean, how does it get worse? And these are people that are officials, and they're saying that kill the white farmer and take their land. That's what it is. And I have other friends in South Africa. I have people that left. One in particular that says you can't go there. He said they want to take your land, they take your land, and they kill you. It's okay, and they say it's okay to do. Now, we're going to talk about it, but this is a tremendous, look, this is a story recent. Yeah. These are all people that recently got killed. Yeah. And I don't know how it can get any worse. These are and you know, the men that you saw, the people that you saw in that movie, those are officials. Those are people that were in office. They had one march, they had a dance in your parliament, whatever you may call it, legislature.
Well, let me clarify that.
Yeah,
let me clarify that, because what you saw, the speeches that were being made, one, that is not government policy. We have a multi-party democracy in South Africa that allows people to express themselves, political parties to adhere to various policies, and in many cases, or in some cases, those policies do not go along with government policy. Our government policy is completely against what he was saying, even in the parliament. and they're a small minority party, which is allowed to exist in terms of our constitution.
But you do allow them to take land.
No.
You do allow them to take land.
Nobody can
and
take
then when
land.
they take the land, they kill the white farmer. And when they kill the white farmer, nothing happens to them.
No, there is
Nothing happens to them.
There is criminality in our country. People who do get killed, unfortunately through criminal activity, are not only white people. Majority of them are black people. And we have now been utilizing.
The farmers are not black.
I
don't say that's good or bad, but the farmers are not black. And the people that are being killed in large numbers, and you saw all those grave sites, and those are people that loved ones going, I guess on a Sunday morning, they told me, to pay respect to their loved ones that were killed. Their heads chopped off. They died violently. And, you know, I mean, we're here to talk about it, and I didn't know we'd get involved here. But I will say this, that if the news wasn't fake, like NBC, which is fake news, totally, one of the worst, ABC, NBC, CBS, horrible. But if they weren't fake news like this jerk that we have here, if we had real reporters, they'd be covering it. But the fake news in this country doesn't talk about that. They don't want to talk about it, but now they have to talk about it. But they won't. This won't even be a subject. They'll have him talking about why did a country give a free, think of this, why did a country give an airplane to the United States Air Force? Okay, the United States, not to me, to the United States Air Force, so they could help us out, because we need an Air Force One until that's Air Force One, it's being built, 2 of them being built. But Boeing's a little bit late, unfortunately. So why did they give us a plane to the United States Air Force? That's what that idiot talks about after viewing a thing where thousands of people are dead.
I'm sorry, I don't have a plane to give you.
I wish you did. I'd take it. I would take it. If your country offered the United States Air Force a plane, I would take it.
Okay. But coming back to this issue, which I really would like us to talk about, and talk about it very calmly. We were taught by Nelson Mandela that whenever there are problems, people need to sit down around a table and talk about them.
Well, there are problems.
And this is precisely what we would also like to talk about, including, of course, trade matters, investment matters. So the issues that concern you as the United States.
Those are all racism. Those are all deaths.
Yeah, in many ways, I mean, one should say you are a partner of South Africa, and you are raising concerns, and these are concerns that we are willing to talk to you about. Let me just add quickly, you know, the criminality that we are experiencing in our country needs quite a lot of technological capability. And in one of our areas in South Africa, we're using US technology, which is able to, in many ways, identify where shootings are happening and all that. And I'd like to talk about that, because there is support that we can get from you as the United States to help us deal with all these acts of criminality. And that is what I believe partnership is all about. And we are here as a partner so that we can help each other whenever there are challenges. So I'd like us to discuss it, and of course outside of the media, so that we sit down and have a really good discussion that will lead to good outcomes.
Are there any other further punitive measures that could be in place should you not be satisfied that South Africa is fixing some of the very bad things, in inverted commas, that you tweeted are happening?
Well, there are a lot of bad things happening in many countries, but this in particular has been very, very bad, very bad. And because of, we're going to have the whole world watching in another short period of time, because you have the G20, and that's a big deal. And it seems like, I want you to look good. I don't want you to look bad. But we have hundreds of people, thousands of people trying to come into our country because they feel they're going to be killed and their land is going to be confiscated. And you do have laws that were passed that gives you the right to confiscate land for no payment. You can take away land for no payment.
I want to clarify that, because we have a constitution Our Constitution guarantees and protects the sanctity of tenure of land ownership. And that Constitution protects all South Africans with regard to land ownership. However, we do say, because we've got to deal with the past, the government, and as your government also has the right to expropriate land for public use.
And you're doing that.
And we've never really gotten underway with that. And we are going to be doing so.
You're taking people's land away
we have not.
from them.
We have,
And those people, in many cases, are being executed. They're being executed. And they happen to be white, and most of them happen to be farmers. And that's a tough situation. I don't know how you explain that. How do you explain that? They're taking people's land away, and in many cases, those people are being executed. And in many cases, it's not the government that's doing it. It's people that kill them and then take their land, and nothing happens to them. But we have thousands of people that want to come into our country. They're also going to Australia in a smaller number. But we have thousands of people that want to come into our country, and they're white farmers, and they feel that they're going to die in South Africa, and it's a bad thing. Yeah, please.
What can South Africa do? What concessions would you like to see them make to improve relations with the United States? Then I have one more for President Ramaphosa afterwards.
Welcome back again. The reason as to why Donald Trump was showing him those videos, it's because Donald Trump is claiming that white South Africans are being killed. White South Africans, the lands are being taken away from them. The law of land confiscation in South Africa is a law that is being applied on everybody, not only white South Africans, but also black South Africans who live in South Africa. But I don't understand, why is it that Donald Trump would always want the white South Africans to be treated better than how black South Africans are being treated, considering the fact that this country belongs to the black people, belongs to the black South Africans. Black people in the US are finding it so difficult to survive. They've gone through a lot of things. They've been treated unfairly for years. Discrimination, segregation, racism for years. But when it comes to white people, it is very easy. Like people feel like when it comes to a black person going through a certain kind of a problem, people don't take it serious. It is something that people don't care about it. People don't care about black people. But when a white person is going through a certain problem or a certain thing that is not good, people take it serious. That is where even laws are being applied. That is when you can be called as a president, as a head of a state, and be summoned like a kid, like what has been happening to Cyril Ramaphosa today. And I felt like that was unfair. He wouldn't have even gone there. Which kind of a relationship was he going to bring back or to rebuild with Donald Trump? I don't get it. We are cutting ties with the white supremacy. We are doing away with the white supremacy. What we don't want right now is we having connections, having associations with white supremacy. Because white supremacist has been the disease that has been eating African continent, African people, black people globally for all these years. And that is the disease that we're trying to cure. If you see a president like Capt.Ibrahim Traore doing away with the white supremacy, it means it is a disease that we are trying to cure. A disease that we are trying to do away with it. You don't have a reason, a president of a big country like South Africa, to go to the US and shake hands with the president of the US to build relationship. What relationship are you building? How is this relationship going to help you? I don't get it. What pained me the most is the fact that this man was being summoned like a kid. He was sitting there. He can't even help himself. He was clueless. He was speechless. Even at the times that he tried to speak, they stopped, like they blocked him from speaking, and he couldn't even explain himself. And there is nothing he could do. A president of a whole state. He wouldn't even march out. He stayed there. He listened to this man when he was speaking. I felt bad personally. I felt bad because of how he was treated. I felt bad because of the reason that he went there. He wouldn't have gone there. I felt bad personally. As Africans, as black people, we need to bring back our dignity. We need to struggle. We need to make sure that we're bringing back our dignity as black people. That is what we're supposed to do. We're not supposed to show out our weakness. We're not supposed to show out our weakness. When Cyril Ramaphosa was going there, he did not know that is what he was going to be shown. It was unexpected. It is something that he never expected. I'm telling you that truth for a fact. Otherwise, he wouldn't have accepted it. But the fact that he sat down and listened to all that, and journalists were there, and I just find it so difficult. I think Julius Malema would be the president of South Africa, because even those videos that were showing there, it was videos of Julius Malema trying to make Trump know that they don't fear him, they don't fear his regime, they don't fear his rules, because there is nowhere they can take us at the end of the day. We have to stand for ourselves. We have to be strong. We have to show these people that we can do things by ourselves. That is what we're supposed to do. I don't even want to talk much, but that one really broke my heart. Tell me what you think on the comment section about it. I'll do my best to make sure I read out the comments and give a response where possible. This is African Streamline. I am Atamba Heti. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you so much for being here. If it's your first time to be here, make sure you subscribe. Don't forget. For the 10 subscribers, as always, I salute you. God bless.